Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to race 25. 2 races left until we begin the chase for the championship. Cody Hayner, are you excited?
Maybe.
Wow, rude. I know I'm excited. DeMax is once again on the pole with Alan Bledsoe in second. Ooh, that's a nice change of pace right there. John Mullen is in third, Hunter Kiro fourth, Langton, Cousin Stillman, Lamas, Michaels, Reifers, Mahari, Eckroth, Corbett, Zimmerman, Riles, the top 15. We're at Mid-Ohio, the final road course of the regular season.
Yep, we're at Mid-Ohio, but yet there's a Canadian flag back there.
Well, you know, there's some Canadian fans here. I mean, we have, 2 races in Canada? Yeah, most important in Montreal. Anyways, as they exit out of the final corner, green flag is out. We are underway at Mid-Ohio. As they enter turn 1. DeMax not clear of Alan Bledsoe. That's going to give an advantage to Bledsoe entering the hairpin. And Alan Bledsoe will clear DeMax exiting the hairpin. Alan Bledsoe trying to capitalize on the gains and points he's had the past few weeks on Chase Carpenter.
But DeMax is not going away.
Oh yeah, DeMax with a run on the outside. Can Alan clear him? No. Can DeMax clear Alan? Yes. DeMax, the road course ringer, he worked his way up into the top 25 after his win at Watkins Glen. Can he capitalize and get his second win of the season and become an upset driver into the chase? Ooh, Chase Carpenter running dead last. That is not going to help him any. As Kiro finally takes third away from John Mullen, Cousins will wind up 5th at the line. Lamas is in 6th, Langton in 7th, Ravenhurst, Michaels with a surprising top 10 run in 9th, and Steelman in 10th.
And looking through here, still quickly got single file.
There are some battles farther back, such as Ryan Vaughn and Paul Bledsoe, side by side for the 20th position. Down the... Well, I really can't call it a back straightaway now, can I?
Not really. I mean, there's a couple of straights on here, but neither one are really the back part of the track.
Max beginning to pull away as they run up into the last couple of corners here. DeMax has been slow all season and has had a sudden burst of speed.
Yeah.
The last few races.
I mean, he did win the last third course at Watkins Glen.
That seems to have boosted more than just his confidence. So now he's dominating once again. Even though we're not even a tenth of the way into this race. DeMax wins. This will shake up the chase standings with just 2 races, actually just under 2 races now since we began this race. Craigos on the edge of falling out. He is the bubble driver. If DeMax wins the second race, because he's within the top 25 in points, that will bump Craigo out, put Paul Bledsoe onto the bubble.
I was going to say we had a battle for a short amount of time between Lamas and Link then, because Lamas almost slid off the track, but he was able to recover, keep his position.
Well, if anybody can slide off the track and recover from it without losing any spots, it's Cody Lamas. Because Cody Lamas is what Cody Lamas does.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes, he won the championship without winning a goddamn race last season.
Yeah. And, you know, in another league, he's that league's all-time winningest driver.
Yep. He is Jimmy Johnson if Jimmy Johnson also happened to have Vowling as a sponsor instead of just Lowe's.
Yeah.
Or was also sponsored by AARP's Drive and Hunger for that one season.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact, when I first started the NASCAR Anthem Racing Series, Season 1, Jimmy Johnson was originally slated to be in the 48. When Cody Lamas joined, I immediately replaced Jimmy with Cody.
Yeah. Probably the right choice. Cody's obviously the better driver.
Hashtag shots fired. Oh boy.
I mean, hey, put Lamas in it, he'll probably win some.
Of course, for once, my league won't be that far behind NASCAR. We will be using the Camaro next season as well. Just a different model of Camaro.
Though, in this league, Pontiac and Scion still exist.
Oh no, Scion doesn't exist. That was more of an vengeance for Toyota killing it. The Scion manufacturer in the game, it was more of a joke than anything. I just kept it around this long because of the fact that I hate Toyota more than anything.
Oh, plus we still have a few Hondas around also.
The downside is though, Honda and Scion are being removed at the end of this season, so you'll only have the big 3 plus Dodge and Pontiac.
Yeah.
Each season. In fact, Wolfpack Racing already announced they were going to Pontiac after Scion leaves at the end of the season. So Pontiac finally having its numbers increased, because it only has like, what, 3 drivers at the moment? Ravenhurst, Merzlak, and yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to look around and see if there's one that slipped through the cracks.
Yeah, I'm looking too, and yeah, because Asami Kiro was in a Pontiac. Then once she switched over to Pathfinder, she started driving Ford. As Merzlak now makes the move on Chase Marks.
Yeah.
For 24th. Speaking of which, a Pontiac just moved up in the field. As the Max is pulling away, but he's not pulling away quickly. Alan Bledsoe is trying to keep pace with him, and we're nearing the 1/5. No. Yeah, 1/5 mark of the race.
Yep, just Pontiac.
Had to do quick maths in my head.
If it wasn't for that team switching next season to Pontiac, who knows, it probably close to being on its way out.
Yep, as Ravener is trying to make a move on length and didn't quite get there. Now, Michaels was going to try the outside, but unfortunately Raveners had the preferred line in there. Steelman passively stays behind the 03 for now. Goes to show you just how difficult it is to pass at these road courses, as Mahari puts 2 tires in the dirt. Keeps it going straight, though. Mahari, one of those drivers retiring at the end of this season, amongst others.
The Max just pulling away like he did at Watkins Glen. Wonder if he brought the same car.
Gotta see if there's a couple pieces of confetti on there. And I'm not seeing any confetti, but that doesn't mean it's not the same car. It just means they cleaned it very good.
It all depends on what color confetti we had at Watkins Glen. I can't remember.
Generally, what they do is they put in the colored confetti as the primary 2 colors of the driver's car.
So theoretically, it could just blend in on his car.
Yep.
Though, if it's the primary colors of a driver's car, then they must have bring a lot of confetti to each race.
Yeah, we basically clean house on the local confetti market each and every race.
Have we thought about getting rid of confetti and just bring in like some giant LED lights shine on Victory Road?
Well, we also have pyrotechnics and fireworks. Although I guess fireworks could be counted as pyrotechnics. So, ooh, DeMax in the grass a little bit, exiting the corner. Alan Butzel also. Hero keeps it on the pavement. Mullen gets off.
Probably a good thing that the series decided not to run 50 laps here.
Yep. So we're already 13 minutes in, a little over 13 minutes into this, roughly. I don't know, maybe.
And we just made it to lap 9.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot to put the valence back on in front of DeMax's car. Whoops.
Ruh-roh.
And I also somehow forgot to put the valence on the front of Joseph Zimmerman's car. This entire fucking season, and I just now fucking noticed it. Motherfucker. Well, it's a good thing the valence is already pre-installed on the Season 3 templates. Smur's like now trying to make the move on Tang, can't quite do it. Max has only been able to pull out about 2/10 every lap, roughly.
Yeah.
Take. Oh no, it was 2.5 tenths that time. Carpenter is still running in last. So I think we'll have a new points leader considering where Alan Bledsoe is currently running. Because he's currently second in the race and the standings. And with Carpenter running in last, perhaps his luck's finally run out.
Perhaps. I wonder if this would be like Watkins Glen. If someone has decided to pit and take 4 tires right now, whether they'd just run laps around everyone. Like that one lapped car at Watkins Glen, once they got the new tires, was the fastest thing on field.
Perhaps as we near halfway, but at the same time, they'd be pretty damn far behind in the field. if they did that. Then again, Carpenter, who is in last, is running 30 seconds behind DeMax. So if DeMax were to, suddenly pit within the next couple of laps, then he could probably run down the rest of the field pretty quickly, considering he wouldn't lose that much time.
Who knows, if the Max hit pit road, he might still come out up ahead of some guys.
With this pit road being shorter than most pit roads, I swear though, if DeMax wins this race, it will be a major upset, considering the fact that for most of the season so far, he was outside the top 30 in points. So to be able to get himself in the top 25 the last few weeks like he's done, and to potentially get a second win of the season, that's fucking impressive. And he probably damn well deserves a spot in the chase just for, making a late run to get in there.
Right. Say, do we have a road course in the chase?
We have two, actually. We have Fox Hunt, which is a clone of Sonoma, and that is race either 2 or 3 in the chase. And when we have Road America as the 8th race of the season, or 8th race of the chase.
Well, we actually definitely have a very good shot at winning those two.
As he puts it in the grass once again, the 3rd to last corner.
And I believe it's been that corner, and not the one after it, but the second one after it. It's been where people have been sliding.
These cars might be heavy, but they're also very hard to control, so you'll see these cars slide more and more than, say, the WEC Championship cars or a Formula 1 car.
Yeah.
Max certainly pulling away now. He's up to a 3.66 second lead.
And that's 32.5 seconds on your points leader, who's running last.
Might as well just start calling Alan Bledsoe the current points leader, because unless something happens to him, Carpenter is going to be the point, or Alan Bledsoe is going to be the points leader. Also, Carpenter was like, no, that's not true. Top 3 all road course ringers are at the moment. DeMax, Kiro, and Bledsoe. Then you have Mullen 4th, who's a speedway guy.
Then after that, we have Cousins,
who I think is also a speedway guy. I could be wrong about that, though. Then you have Lamas, who's just a, yeah, I'm good everywhere guy. But of course, considering he's Jimmy Johnson incarnate.
Well, I do have to say one thing about this race. I'm glad no one in this series is a Scott Speed.
Or Jacques Villeneuve.
Yeah. No one's intentionally cutting corners trying to take anyone out.
At the line, will be halfway done with this event. I think Cousins is actually starting to catch Mullen just ever so slightly. Just like Kiro's trying to run down Alan Bledsoe.
Ran a faster lap that last lap. But it's one thing to have one fast lap and another thing to catch and pass.
Hell, it's just one thing alone to catch somebody. It's another thing to pass them entirely.
Well, on the bright side for Chase Carpenter, that it's taken half the race for him to go a third of a lap down. So he'd probably need another 15 laps to go a lap down on top of what we're running.
Also good news for Chase Carpenter. He might only lose one spot in the points as well, even with him running last. That's just how damn good he's been. And just how much of a lead he had on Alan Bledsoe. He had almost, I believe he went into this he went into this race, I believe, somewhere between 80 and 100 points ahead of Alan Bledsoe. So with Alan earning 110 points and Chase only earning 1, yeah, I think Chase is solidly going to be second place at the end of this event.
So Kiro's trying to change things.
Oh yeah, true, and that's another 5 points to the championship. Not that it really matters considering Kiro's pretty much locked in at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, drivers who, pretty much everybody who's within the Chase bubble, with the exception of Crago, Paul Bledsoe, are all locked into the Chase, basically. Like, I think it's impossible for them to fall out. Because we have, yeah, it is actually impossible for them to fall out unless they finish dead last in this race and the next race. Well, even then, I think only Paul Bledsoe and Crago are the two drivers who are in danger and aren't locked in yet. So, if DeMax wins, that bumps out Crago, and if somebody gets a second win next week that's outside of the Chase bubble, Paul Bledsoe is knocked out next week. unless of course somebody within the top 12 gets another win, in which case both drivers are safe, unless DeMax gets the second win. Because really, I think with the pace DeMax is setting, the only thing that will hurt DeMax right now is a mechanical failure.
Yeah, because DeMax just ran his first lap. That was a 1:25, while everyone else has been running that for several laps or slower.
In fact, Max has the fastest lap with a 1:24.5, with Alan Bledsoe being the next closest with a 24.7.
Right.
However, one thing I noticed was that Ravenhurst has a 1:24.8 is in third for the fastest lap, but currently Ravenhurst is running in 8th.
Yeah.
So Ravenhurst showing that road course speed once again.
Yep. Just didn't qualify well.
Yeah. Looks like on these road courses you need to be on the front row to just flat out get out front and win the race. Ravenhurst certainly set that tone with both her road course wins at Old Spice and Mossport. Austin Spencer did it at Sonoma, starting second, as did Merzlag at Montreal. I think the only driver who did not start on the front row and win the race at a road course was Zenling, and he started, I believe, 4th at Yasamrana. The only reason why he won that is because Onesto, who started on the pole, flew an engine, and he passed Jesse Dalton in the last lap, who started second, I believe. Wasn't third. No, Jesse finished third. Or no, started third. So I don't know. I have to go back and look at that, as DeMax just pulling out a comfortable lead right now. He can just cruise from here if he wants.
Yeah.
I'm just so glad I'm not having any, graphical issues this time around.
Weirdly enough, Carpenter just ran his fastest lap of the race.
Well, he's in the draft, so yeah, of course, that's a complete joke considering he's been in the draft all 19 laps now.
Yeah. Even with that being his fastest lap of the race, it still only puts him like 38th for fastest lap.
Carpenter is not a road course ringer, apparently. Confirmed. Ooh, Allen almost slid off the track into the grass there. Top 5 has pretty much pulled away from the rest of the field.
And then promptly next lap, Carpenter slows down by, 7/10 of a second.
Of course, he might also be slightly held up by the slower cars ahead of him. Ten laps to go for the Max. Bearing a need to hit pit road or a mechanical issue. No doubt he's on track for the win right now. Even before I make a wisecrack. Oh, what's that? Debris in turn 3? Oh wait, no caution in this race. That's right. Hunter Kiro's trying to run down Alan Bledsoe for second. Can he get there though? Looks like Chase Marks has actually lost a couple spots since the start of the race. Max still sliding into the grass. Eight laps to go now for the Max.
And still no mechanical failures this race.
Well, Craigo Racing Incorporated, of course, builds great equipment most of the time, so as now...
I mean, like anyone in the race.
I know. I'm just being the smart ass here. As Riles now under fire from Ryan Vaughn for the 19th position. I think Vaughn's going to get it too because he has the preferred line going into the hairpin. Ooh, he clears Riles before going into the hairpin. Paul Bledsoe now going to try and take advantage and get around Riles. Ooh, wow. Riles blocks Smerzak though before he loses any more positions. Max coming to 7 laps to go. Proving once and for all the reason why I'm probably reducing the length of the season and probably removing a whole bunch of road courses as well.
Yeah, some road courses are just hard to pass at. Case in point, this race.
Or Watkins Glen. Or Sonoma. Or really all of them.
There's a couple that give decent races.
There's probably a couple out there that are basically alternate versions of tracks we used.
up to a 7.5-second lead.
DeMax certainly having a very late season rocket ship of a something or other. I'm starting to turn into Marty Reed here. Actually, I'm turning into worse than Marty Reed. Goddamn. Remember, folks, don't be worse than Marty Reed. This has been a PSA brought to you by the NSCA. A little over 5 laps to go now for DeMax. We've seen mechanical failures for the leader at road courses before. Onesto had it happen to him at Yas Marana just past halfway. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen to DeMax today, though. At least hopefully for him. Of course, with Carpenter still running last, I'm not too sure he's just trying to take it easy in this race. Considering, yeah, he's going to fall back to second in standings, but he has 4 wins. And has the most chase points out of anybody.
Yeah, so it's not like this hurts him at all. I mean, and 2 races will be in the chase, so...
Hell, if
well,
anything, it might benefit him because that's 1 less car that's torn up and 1 less DNF that could be
yeah.
potentially chalked up into his column.
That, or you can also look at it this way. 1 more car not to use.
That is also true.
It's like, now you're running last in it, why bring it? Unless they brought a short track car just to see what the heck would happen.
Well, when you have the dominance that Carpenter has, when you can afford to pull off crazy experimental bullshit like Carpenter can, why not have a little fun? Why not try these crazy antics?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you still have to work within the rules, and technically bringing a short track car is not against the rules.
It's just strongly advised against.
By, the competition. I mean, hell, didn't Jeff Gordon 1 year, have Rick Hendrick and Ray Abraham do a complete pit stop by themselves because Jeff had clinched the championship 1 year in the mid-90s?
I don't know. All I know is if you're born, how bad do you feel knowing that someone is on your bumper on a road course with a short track car?
Well, this is why Quickborn is last in points. Aside from the fact that he also had that 5-race suspension, and the fact that Quickborn is almost 2 full races behind 39th in points now.
That is awfully bad.
Yeah. Hey, here's the thing. Quickborn was within the top 15 before the suspension happened. The only reason why he wound up being in last was because of the fact that by the time he got back, he was only 39th or 40th in points. Because everyone had, barely passed him by that point. He just has had shit luck ever since. Of course, it is one of those moments where, like in the NASCAR Thunder games, where a driver, if he's way back in points, he'll retire. That's basically what Quickborn is going to be doing here. retiring at the end of this season. And this race has gone by quickly, but it hasn't gone by quick enough, apparently. Because we're just now past the 41-minute mark. And we're coming to 2 to go now for the max. And yet, Watkins Glen was already done and over with by now.
Yep.
Then again, Watkins Glen was also 7 less laps on a slightly longer course. So, you know, one thing I am surprised at is the fact that they don't use the chicane there just before the hairpin. Ooh, Llama's making a move on Langton. Surprising move in the top 10, it's surprising. As Langton's gonna get the spot back entering the hairpin. Or did Langton make a move on Llamas?
Oh, wait, Gorman blew up. Carpenter's not going to be last.
So wait, hold on. Did Langton make the move on Llamas? Okay, Langton passed Llamas. And Llamas was trying to take the spot back but failed. Okay. That changes a lot of things. Well, not really, but all I know is that DeMax has 1 lap until he has a solid chase position. This is certainly going to shake up the points quite a bit. All eyes are now on both Craigo and Paul Bledsoe. Paul's in 20th, Craigo's currently running in 14th. Because those two are battling for basically the last chase spot. And Jesse Dalton is running in 33rd. 1 spot behind Hayner. So, Jesse's probably not going to make the chase this season. But Craigo and Bledsoe are going to be left battling for that last chase spot as DeMax is going to be coming around here, bearing a mechanical failure to win the race, and since he's in the top 25, easily take over the 5th seed in the chase. The dominance of the last 2 road course races for Eugene DeMax has been substantial and critical as he has worked his way up in the standings. Off the final corner, Eugene DeMax will take his 2nd win of the season at Mid-Ohio by a 10-second gap over Alan Bledsoe and Hunter Kiro. Okay, 9 3/4 second. Yeah, whatever.
Close enough.
It's 10 seconds to me, damn it! As Langdon's actually pulled away from Llamas after passing him a couple laps ago. My, oh my. DeMax, Bledsoe, Kiro, Mullen, Cousins, Langton, Llamas, Ravenhurst, Michael, Steelman, Mahari, Zimmerman, Craigo, Egroth, Corbett, your top 15. Somebody fell back a spot or 2. I think it was Egroth losing his spot to Craigo there at the end.
And like we said, how Gorman blew up, it's been ruled a piston failure.
He did what in this cup? Sorry, I had to make that joke.
You don't want to know what he did in this cup.
Alright. Well then. This leaves us only one race until the chase. One last chance to make it or break it. Next week, the final race of the regular season. It's Westgate. It's the Napa Auto Parts 500. There will set in stone the 12 drivers who will be competing for the championship. Cody?
Yeah.
I asked it at the top of the show and you said maybe. But I'll ask it again. Are you excited?
Well, I'm excited not to be at Mid-Ohio anymore.
Close enough! I don't know why I shouted that. Anyways, so folks, I hope you're excited out there. Because I sure as hell am. Westgate. A little over 3/4 mile long, short track with an aggressive racing style. 2 different ends on the track in terms of corners. And a lot of action-packed racing is in store for us as drivers battle their way to a championship. Eugene DeMax, of course, like I said, will take the 5th seed of the chase. He knocks Crago out, puts Paul Bledsoe on the bubble, leaving Crago and Bledsoe, who are pretty close in points, to battle for that last chase position. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be exciting. And I'll see you guys at the next race. See you at Westgate, folks.